All right, so we're back with a 5-year Achilles rupture update. First, I want to say everything's good. There's been no re-ruptures, but there are a few things I wish I would have done differently. So, first of all, generally speaking, the Achilles has really gave me no problems. I've been able to play with my kids. I can still dunk a basketball as of last week. So athletically, I'm fully recovered. Now, I have not played pickup basketball in 5 years. So, as far as going back to sport, I haven't really done that, but I've shot around, played, dunked, like I said a few days ago. So athletically, I could play and I plan to play. And actually, as of December of 2021 is when I really started working out again. I literally have not really lifted weights and worked out in these 5 years, like consistently, but I have been. And it's something I wish I would have done a lot earlier for several reasons. My left calf is where the rupture took place is still, I want to say, an inch and a half smaller, and it's still probably half, if not even more weak than the right side. Like I said, it's an inch and a half smaller and it's still weaker. And I've been working on that for the last, I want to say 4 months since, December, because I was going up the steps and my legs are burning. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to be 40 and I feel like, I want to be in like the best shape of my life when I'm 40 because I'm 39 now. So I decided to start working out, and that was like the end of December. So I've been working out, really trying to strengthen the calf muscle back up, and it has gotten bigger and more strength. It's just still very hard to bring it even with the other side. The biggest mistake in my Achilles rupture recovery was thinking, I didn't need to like work out that calf. It would just get bigger and stronger over time, walking, running, jogging, doing everyday things. And that was a mistake because it did not it got stronger, but not nearly as strong as the other side. Like when I'm telling you, it's still so much weaker than the other side, maybe more than half. I'm probably getting 50%. And so when I dunk, for example, it's a 2-footed jump. It's not like off the 1 foot or anything like that, just as a side note. But yeah, if I had to do it over again, I would have went straight back into the gym and just kept working and working until I was even on both sides. Because I do a lot of squatting and compound lifts now, and my left side is still weaker because the quad is smaller, and I believe because the calf is smaller. So I also took creatine, which helped, I think, grow the muscle, which I've stopped the last few days just because I didn't want to take it more than a month or so. But I would recommend taking creatine if you're trying to build your body back up after the rupture. And I'll link to some that I use, which is by On brand. But yeah, so overall, the Achilles is good. Like I said, I can still tell it's weaker than the other side. And like I said, the main thing is I wish I would have worked it out a lot more. I did notice like a small little like lump on the left side of the Achilles. So it hasn't given me any issues, just something I thought I'd note. But the doctor did say when your Achilles heals, there'll be some calcium in there, there'll be different things in there. So I guess maybe it's a piece of calcium or whatever, but like I said, it's still good. Like I don't get any pain out of it. It doesn't get me sore. And also one big thing I've been researching and realized in this last week is I'm going to transition to barefoot shoes. And when I run, I'm going to run with barefoot shoes, and I'm going to run barefoot on my treadmill. And there's several reasons why. I was watching a video, which I'll try to link if I still have it, and he was talking about wearing shoes. So typically when you wear a shoe, it starts out thin and there's a slight lift in the heel. So if you're recovering from an Achilles rupture, they're going to give you these little stepping things that go in your heel to push your Achilles up, right? So when you slowly take those out, it's going to stretch out more and more. So what he was saying in this video is basically when you're wearing these traditional shoes, they can lead to shortening of your Achilles, which if you think about it, makes perfect sense. Hold on, am I losing? Okay, which if you think about it, makes perfect sense because it's slightly elevating your heel up higher than your forefoot. So that is, your body's going to adapt and it's going to make your Achilles a little bit shorter than it would probably be if you were on zero drop shoes or, you know, barefoot. Your heel will be further down, even with your forefoot. So I was thinking, I was like, wow, that may be an actual slight shortening of your Achilles. So when you need that little bit of length and stretching, you don't have it and it pops. So maybe that's a factor that leads to a lot of Achilles ruptures. I don't know. There haven't been any studies done on it, but it makes 100% perfect sense that if your heel is elevated, your body's going to adjust and your Achilles is going to be a little bit shorter than it normally would be. And so the biggest thing I'll say is, and I don't know why I didn't mention this first, is my Achilles is not, it's still tight. Like literally 5 years later, it does not stretch as much as my right side. Like I'm not saying it's tight like it hurts when I walk around, it just doesn't have the same flexibility as the other side. So that's why I want to try these barefoot shoes and these zero drop shoes and consistently wear these to see if I can get that last little bit of stretch out. And the doctor did say that it's not gonna, your Achilles is not gonna stretch. It's the calf muscle that's gonna stretch to allow your Achilles to be, you know, more flexible. So the biggest takeaways I have after 5 years is I wish I would have worked out and evened my muscle size and strength up a lot earlier. 2, flexibility. I wish I would have done more flexibility drills and just worked on that a lot more. And then, yeah, so that's, I mean, sorry if I'm rambling here, but that's kind of like my 5-year update. So I recommend highly get back in the gym. And I don't know why with my Achilles recovery, they didn't send me to a physical therapist. It was just like, do these things, blah, 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 and whatever. Because I never went to a physical therapist and worked on strengthening it back up or anything. It was just kind of like on my own. And I had insurance, so I don't know why that they did me like that. But it's all good. It's my responsibility to take care of my body. So it is what it is. So, man, get your strength and flexibility back. First and foremost, try some creatine. It's not going to mess up your kidneys. I didn't have any negative results, but I don't believe in taking supplements long term. Yeah, so I hope this helps. I'll link to the other videos about zero drop shoes and barefoot shoes, and I'll have some reviews coming on some barefoot shoes that I would recommend coming up. And there's a lot of research in reference to like barefoot shoes and being barefoot that anatomically can help your body. Like for example, I have bunion on my right foot, like a big one, because the toe box on most shoes is very cramped up. And I have this thing coming, it's called Correct Toes. It slips in between your toes to fix that. So I'm trying to address a lot of issues I have with my feet in hopes it will just balance me out and make everything a lot better. But I'll have some more videos coming up on, like I said, those shoes. And like I said, man, get back in there and even your body out as far as strength and flexibility. But overall, I've been doing great, and I've been able to make a full recovery, even 5 years later, no re-rupture. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment. Thanks for watching.